Hi everyone. This is going to be a quick introduction on how to pray the Rosary. So I thought I would just start with a quick introduction if anybody isn't familiar with the Rosary. Unless you're Catholic, most people aren't. So if you're Catholic and you're looking to pray it, that's great. If you're not Catholic and you're just curious, that's great too. So this is what Rosary looks like. It's long, beaded. They come in all different sizes, all different types of beading. They're really beautiful. You can get them with pearls, with whatever you want, really. They're really, really beautiful. And then, so at the bottom, you've got the cross, 1 bead, 3 beads for the Hail Marys, another bead, then you've got a medallion with Mary on it. Okay, and then we get into the actual decades. So a decade is 10 beads for the 10 Hail Marys, and there are 5 decades on the Rosary. So you've got decade 1, then a bead, decade 2, another bead, decade 3, decade 4, and then decade 5, and then you're to the end. So that's what it looks like, and then now we'll get into some more of the other details. Alright, so now that we know basically what the Rosary is, I'm going to talk about praying the Rosary and how it differs from day to day. Because depending on the day of the week, it's going to change. The mysteries that you pray will be different. So, how there are 5 different decades. Normally there's going to be 5 different scenes from the Bible, from Jesus' life, that you're going to rotate through depending on what day it is that you're praying. So I have them written down here because I don't have them memorized. So if you're praying on Monday, for example, you're going to use the joyful mysteries. Now the joyful mysteries are also used on Saturdays and Sundays during Advent. Next up, we have the sorrowful mysteries, which are for Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays during Lent. Then we have the glorious mysteries, which are my personal favorite, on Wednesdays and Sundays, not during Lent. And then luminous mysteries are just on Thursdays. So I'm not exactly sure why the luminous mysteries kind of got the short end of the stick. They only get Thursdays, but that's how it is. Today is a Friday, so we'll be praying the sorrowful mysteries. So what are the sorrowful mysteries? What are we going to be praying on and meditating on while we go through the Hail Marys? There are 5, just like with all the mysteries. And the first one is the agony in the garden, and then next we come to scourging at the pillar, crowning with the crown of thorns, of course, carrying of the cross, and then finally Jesus' crucifixion and death. So if you're new to the Rosary, you might not even, or new to Catholicism, you might not necessarily be familiar with all of these scenes or the scenes throughout all the mysteries. So maybe you want to start with just doing some reading, searching on the different scenes so you know what you're supposed to be meditating on while you're going through the decades when you're saying those 10 Hail Marys for each of these scenes. That's a great place to start, just so you have kind of a mental note of it, and write it down, you know? I mean, this stuff is hard to remember, you know? If you haven't been praying the Rosary for years and years, or even months, you're probably not going to have everything memorized. So just write it down, keep it next to you, and it'll make things go a lot smoother. Alright, so now that we know which mysteries we're praying today, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're just going to start with this section first. Just going right up to the medallion there, okay? So you start sign of the cross, then you're going to say the Apostles' Creed. I normally say that while holding the cross just because it's easier for me to remember if I say something on every piece of the Rosary. So the cross, the Apostles' Creed, okay? And then that first bead you come to is going to be the Our Father. The next 3 are going to be 3 Hail Marys, and they're grouped together so it's easy to remember. And then the next one is going to be another Our Father. And then when you get to the medallion here, it's going to be the Glory Be. And if you don't know the words to each of those prayers, you can look them up, write them down, keep them next to you. I'll include them in the description below. And then that's the little introduction, and then next we'll get into the decades, which won't take that long to explain, but longer to pray. All right, so now we are into the mysteries. So you're going to announce the first mystery, which in this case is going to be the agony in the garden. Okay, so you're going to meditate on that while you say 10 Hail Marys through this decade. So you just go through, do your Hail Marys, and then you're going to come to the end of the decade, and when you do, you get to that single bead, you're going to say the Our Father, and then you're going to announce the second mystery. And then 10 Hail Marys, Our Father, announce the third mystery. 10 Hail Marys, the Our Father again, announce the fourth mystery. 10 Hail Marys, the Our Father, announce the fifth mystery, and then you can pray the last decade. And then there you go. You are done. You have prayed the Rosary. Now, depending on how, you can make this go really fast or you can pray it really slow. Everybody has their own different style. If you've ever prayed the Rosary in a group, normally there's somebody in charge of kind of setting the pace. So sometimes people like to go really, really fast and you kind of get into the rhythm of it and you'll be done in, 15 minutes. Other people like to go really slow and they just really want to meditate on each mystery for a long time. They want to get into the flow of the words and things like that. So it's really up to you. The first few times you're probably going to go a little bit slower just because you're not super familiar with it. You're getting used to the feel of the beads, how you want to hold it. You can just hold it like this and then go drape it through. You can lace it through your fingers, whatever is comfortable to you. Just try it out, see how you like it, and let me know how your rosary praying goes. Thanks for watching.